Well, actually, my wife is going to be making a lot of American-style pizzas. You should come and see. This is a good base to start with, but it still takes a lot of work to make good pizzas. Guard, still looking deadpan at us but whispering out the side of his mouth to the cashier. They understand. Cashier, whispering back while staring straight at the cash register. I know. Shut up. 3. I was in a museum in Stockholm. I enter an elevator. With me enters a couple. I ask them to press the button for the floor that I would like to go. In English. They do it. I thank them. I start listening to them speak in French. They were just doing some regular chatting. The elevator goes down one floor. Then some Brazilians enter. The Brazilians were kinda loud, talking a lot. They confused the floor they wanted to go, so they pressed 2 buttons. The French start talking about how these people were so loud and pressing unnecessary buttons in the elevator. They kinda whispered to each other. The Brazilians start talking about how weird the couple was, how they were whispering to each other. I was just there in the middle trying not to laugh about the whole situation. 4. My parents are both bilingual. My dad is fluent in German and my mother is fluent in Greek, so I have a pretty good grasp of both languages. I was at work once restocking things on the shop floor. I overheard a couple of Greek girls next to me chatting. When one of them says, "Look at the girl in the uniform. How cute is her hairstyle? I wish I could do that." I was flattered because it was my first attempt at a side braid. I turned to them and smiled. "Thank you, that's very sweet. It took a long time to do." I told them in what I hope was fluent Greek. Their jaws almost hit the floor. They started nervously giggling and I explained about my mother. We had a nice chat actually before they had to go. They were visiting with their school and I was the first English person they had met who spoke Greek. They seemed like lovely girls, and I wish them all the best in the future. 5. Oh boy, do I have a story for y'all. The opposite thing happened to me, and it's actually not an embarrassing story, but an oddly surprising one. My mom and I were in Australia. One morning we visited a very secluded area, for we had heard the view from a specific spot was marvelous. So we did, and it truly was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. There were very few people around and about 0 tourists as far as I could tell. Here I have to mention that my mom is